Hi everyone, my name is Tam. I'm with Createbusiness, and with me today is Roslyn Roslyn Hames from Clear Dynamics. Hey Ros.
Hey Tam, how are you? Hi everyone.
Hi. It is lovely to be going live with you today on the Createbusiness Facebook page and talking about what you're doing to make your team awesome. Clear Dynamics is a credible business that I've had the privilege of seeing grow and expand from the outside, and just so excited for what you're making happen in our country, and being based in Bendigo. Ross, it'd be lovely to hear from you. What does Clear Dynamics do? What are you making happen?
Yeah, thanks. We fundamentally believe that the world of enterprise software is broken, and we've decided to change how technology supports business. So we've innovated, and have a highly sophisticated AI enterprise operating system that is software, essentially a software platform that creates software. So what it does is it develops tier one enterprise grade software. It can do that within days, and that software can be implemented within a very short period of time, weeks or months, depending on the customer's pace. And it's pretty much at the highest quality once it's delivered.
I know for me, it took me totally forever to get my head around the service that you're, and we won't go too really into that at all, but today. But what you're doing is you're creating a product that's very much in demand. It's very much leading the development of this service in software around the world, really.
That's right, Bendigo.
Yeah, and right here from regional Victoria. But I think, a big part of that, even though it is in tech, really a great, what you're doing is because you've got a great team.
Yeah, look, absolutely. It is the combination of the platform, the opportunity, and the team that we've built. And we've very much had a culture-driven, culture-first, made a decision really back in the very early days. I was one of the founding team members back in 2015, and we're now sort of coming up to close to 100 people. Our customers are in banking and finance, in utilities, manufacturing, and education, health, and in Australia and globally, we're starting to really start to get a bit of traction and go global. But it means, right from the early days, we had this really unique opportunity to focus on who we wanted to bring into our team and what we wanted our team to look like. So that culture first drive has been our intention right from the start.
It's a great intention to have, and I know that's what we're here to talk about today is how you've used play to build that culture, Roz. I just want to say hi to our viewers. I can see we've got a couple of people who are with us on the live stream today. Hello. If you've got a question you'd like to ask Roz as we're discussing, or to make a comment, you know where to do that. It'll come through to us, and we'd love to hear from you and create an awesome discussion. Roz, I think it was just off the back of coming out of lockdown last time. I had the pleasure of visiting Clear Dynamics, your gorgeous office, and also just witnessing some of the fun stuff that you've got surrounding everyone as they're working away, about opportunities to connect and meet with other team members and just grow that sense of culture in your business. I'd love to hear some of what you're doing. And hi to you, Steph. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. So look, we've got some really great programs that we've developed. Probably really came into shape through lockdown. I should clarify, our R&D and our heart and our soul is in Bendigo, but we've also have a really large team in Melbourne, in Sydney, also in Brisbane, and we now have some team members overseas in the UK and the US. So really thinking about how do we create those accidental water cooler moments with intention, and to be able to reach in and connect online. So we've always, worked remotely, but this became, came into sharper focus last year. So some of those activities we have, I guess it's that, to create the casual water cooler moment, we have a Knowing Me, Knowing You program. And the Knowing Me, Knowing You program is where we pair up two people who may not meet just through the course of their work. They are probably going to be on different teams, may not even have an opportunity to work together on cross-functional teams, may do in the future. And so we pair them up. We ask them to meet. We ask them to have a cuppa. We give them some icebreaker questions. In those icebreaker questions, there's suggestions which are a little bit silly and potentially profound as well. So as levers to hopefully for them to have a really great time to get to know each other.
What's some examples of questions? I'm kind of going to steal this idea a bit for my co-working space.
Yeah. So at the moment, we're suggesting, and they don't have to use these, of course, but what's the best advice you've ever been given? And so another question might be, what's your position on coriander or pineapple on pizza? So it's a mix.
They are really essential questions.
And we have themes like working from home, what's your working from home routine or attire. So there's some sort of functional, insights as well that we hope surfaced. The team will be able to share and use and to have further conversations afterwards. But we have a weekly rhythm, our one team, where everybody dials in. It's essentially our town hall, and the way we run that is a little bit like a television show, entertainment show with segments. Some of those segments are for business updates and for sharing business information. Some of those segments are for the Knowing Me, Knowing You pair to get up and to share what they've learnt about each other and how their cuppa went. So it's a great way for the whole company then to learn what their position is on coriander.
Great. I really like it. And it sort of just levels things out a bit, doesn't it? Bit of coriander.
It does. It is polarizing. I'm personally a fan.
Yeah. And when I went into your space, you also had some people there who were doing a more formal interview with team members. Love to know a bit more about what was the background behind that. I was being recorded as well.
Yeah, look, because we're very much a culture-driven and culture-built company, and that what underpins our culture are our 5 values, and those values have really been identified and shaped very earlier on. And then as we've grown and evolved as a company and brought people in, those values are brought to life, and they're now very, much. If we activate and we make decisions and we hold true and they're our North Star, then our culture follows it's a very healthy culture. So we wanted to document our culture code for new people to come in, and we had a bit of a go at it late last year and put together some slides and a document. Was a little bit lackluster, and I thought, you know what, our people are our culture. They embody our culture. They breathe life into our culture, and I'm confident that the way they talk about culture, if asked, would be consistent. So we decided to make a little mini film for people coming into the company and partners joining as well, and customers, that we could share with our people, talking about what it's like working for Clear Dynamics. So that was what you saw there.
And that, such a great example of just loosening up that, that induction process or getting to know you process, which can be awful, reading through a PDF or what have you.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, you have a stunning collection of artwork.
Oh, we do. We do. Our J. Jackson collection. This if I might just preface this story with our intention here with the artwork collection is to bring some playfulness to our team, for our team to participate, to role play. It feels a little bit like, when you're in primary school and you make up a story, and whether whatever that might be, and you'll play characters and you pick up the story each lunchtime or each playtime. It reminds me of that, and it's I love it. So it's we have a fictional artist. There's a big story behind it. I won't go into it here, but we've created a fictional artist, J. Jackson. We have a whole story, and the story evolves, and anybody at any time can add to that story through a Teams chat or through our One Team. We have an acquisition. We actually have a fund. We encourage people to buy artwork and to expense claim it back, and it's a line item that our board sees. Even our board are a part of it, and I think this is an important part with culture, to have that top-down backing and support to ensure that there's a safe space to be able to do, bring some of this playfulness to the company. So it's another way just for people to be able to connect, to really enrich and deepen their connections, because what we do in business is hard, and it's the crest of the wave, and we do ask a lot of our people to bring high performance and high quality and mindfulness to their work. So if they know each other, if they play together, if they get to know each other in a whole range of different ways, then we know that culture serving what our business opportunity is will be optimized. So J. Jackson, essentially, anything could be a J. Jackson. We say it can make you feel a little sick. It can make you feel a little dizzy because the perspective's weird. If you have a look at, I think there's a website, badart.com. There's a bit of a kind of a funny movement around it that sort of really embodies our J. Jackson program.
I'm sure there's still a lot of J. Jackson treasures out there to be found.
We think so too.
That's great. And just quickly, our time together goes fast. There are a lot of other clear ways that you are, leading that culture, but also through play, but also in deliberate ways for people to be leaders and make space for risk-taking and innovation, which also is really important. But love to get a sense of how you know if you're creating a great culture that people want to work in, and they feel comfortable, and they want to innovate and take risk. How's that? How do you make that happen? Which can be such an intangible thing.
Yeah, that's right. And I think having a culture that encourages learning and experimenting and creating safe spaces to learn, but also ensuring that is deliberate and it doesn't shift the focus away from the business. So that's ongoing work, and we're really targeting our work around supporting leaders, emerging leaders, and people managers. So we love to have evidence behind that, just to be able to see how we're tracking. So we use a tool called Compass Composure. So Compass Composure was developed by a leader in culture in Australia, a person called Jeremy Nichols, and I think it's composure.com.au. If anyone's interested, I can put you in touch. But Composure Compass provides us with really deep insights through surveys and very targeted questions around areas that we're interested in learning, but it covers all the areas from individual to company to community, and provides us with data around that, and opportunity data as well. Okay. We went through the baseline recently and got phenomenal scores. So it was reassuring to could see evidence externally how we're going, and things like great places to work as well as another metric that we've used recently to get
Tell me about this. Tell me about Great Places to Work.
So again, it's another external metric view. It's a survey. There's tiers of licensing to be able to gather insights. We didn't go into the deeper because we knew that we wanted to go with the composure compass because of the sophisticated data that it gathers and the stories it can tell, but still fantastic as an external, something that's external, something that also has its own marketing and partnership program that we can leverage and promote and put our people front and center because they're the ones that are, behind our success. So it's a really great way to be able to showcase them and for them to feel proud about the company that they work for. So there's a number of scores and data points that are provided, and so we get access to those, and the public gets access to those as well.
Yeah, so you did get some awesome results, through that. Was something, as well above other workplaces as well?
Sorry, you just jumped out there a little bit, Tam.
The data you did receive recently about your workplace was well above other workplaces.
Yeah, that's right. And same with the composure compass. The composure, Jeremy has a lot of customers across Australia, and his reflection was he'd never seen scores as high as ours. They do a what's similar to a NPS or a Net Promoter Score. It's called a Net Culture Score, which sometimes it's it's good to have a number. We're interested in those deeper insights, but that number was way above any company that he works with in the 20 years that he's been doing this. So that was phenomenal feedback as well.
I'm just going to throw in one last question, which we haven't prepared, but it just makes me think I'm sure one part of what you're working towards is people collaborating or and working well together. Is this cultural piece resulting in that too, do you think?
I think I think without it, culture then becomes accidental and I liken it to an iceberg where what you see on top, there can be underneath that surface, because so much about culture and so much about connecting and communication is non-verbal. And you can do all the surveys in the world internally, but you don't necessarily see that potential iceberg underneath if your culture's not healthy. You will see it in quality of work. You'll see it in people switching off, going offline mentally in their quality. It just will affect everything. So it is absolutely 100% instrumental in us being able to be successful with the way people work together and to do, to reach our aspirations as a company.
Yeah, congratulations. I love what you're making happen here in Bendigo, in Australia and around the world, and keep up the awesome work. And thank you for sharing some of your insights here.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.